Okay, today we're going to winterize our car, and I'm going to start from this side of the engine compartment, and I'm going to work my way across to that side, checking everything. So the first thing I'm going to start with here is my battery, and I'm going to take off my negative battery cable first. Okay, we get that off. Then I'm going to go over to my positive cable, and I'm going to take it off. So let's take this one off here. There we go. Now that I've got both of those off, I'm going to use my battery terminal cleaner. I'm just going to go in there and go around a few times. Get that nice and shiny. Clean that up. Then I'll take the lid off of this. Then I'll go in here and I'll just clean this out real good until it's got kind of a little bit of a shine on it. Okay, clean that off. I like to do one more thing. This is a product that I like to use. It's called a battery saver, and what it is a felt pad that fits underneath the connection here. So the green one will go here, and the red one will go on the positive here. Keep that out of the way. And then we can go ahead and put our positive cable back on, and we'll tighten that up. Doesn't have to be incredibly tight. And then we can come over here and put our negative back on. Go. Okay, now we're good to go. Now we take this spray those terminals real good. And this will keep those terminals from corroding, and that's good to go for the winter. Next thing we want to do is come over here and start checking some of our hoses. And we want to do this when the engine is cold, because if it's hot, trust me, these hoses are really hot. And we're looking for flexibility, we're looking for cracks in the hoses. Sometimes if a hose gets weak, it'll have a little bulge in it, and so we're looking for those items. Check all your other hoses at the same time, making sure there's no cracks or anything. It's just a visual inspection, real easy to do. After we've got that done, we want to check the antifreeze. We want to check our reservoir first, and there will be a mark on the back side of the reservoir. Some cars say hot and cold. If the engine's cold, you want that reservoir filled up to the cold level. If it's hot, it'll come up a little bit. Mine just says full on it, so you want to check that. And here again, you want your engine to be cold, because if it's hot, this is not a pretty sight. We're going to use a antifreeze tester and just fill that up, and that will tell us, this line will come up here where we're at, and I'm good to like minus 43 degrees or something like that, so I'm definitely in good shape there. A 50-50 mixture will work in most climates, and then when you spill something on your engine, make sure it gets cleaned off or it makes a mess. Transmission fluid, you want to check that and make sure it's good. You want to check your oil and make sure it's full. We're good to go. I know we're good to go because I just changed my oil not too long ago. Okay, now as we move to this part of the engine compartment, we're going to check our windshield washer fluid, and it's wintertime, we want to use something with a de-icer in it, and there's a lot of different brands out there, and we want to make sure this is full. There's nothing worse than getting out on a snowy day and finding out that you're out of windshield wiper fluid. So there we go. We're full. Snap that down. Okay, there's one more thing. After we fill up the water reservoir here, there's one more thing we need to do, and that is to check our belts. And this belt goes down in here, and I'm just checking it for tension. I'm looking at it to see if it's got any cracks. I happen to know that the belt is good, so we're going to move on. Now we're going to check the outside of our car. First thing on the outside of the car that we're going to check is our lights. We want to make sure that all our lights are working. We're just going to do a quick walk around, check and make sure everything is working properly like it should be. We'll go here to the back, check to make sure all our lights are in proper working order. Best to do this in the evening. Okay, now for our locks, we're going to use just a lock lubricant. Just going to take and push that in there. Give it a couple of squirts. Take our key, move it in there, and work that around. We'll do that to the rest of the locks on the car, and we'll be set to go. Next thing I'm going to do is check the air pressure in my tires. I have a sneaking suspicion they're a little bit low. Yeah, I'm running about 28 pounds pressure, so I need to do something about that. After we check our tires, we want to come up here to our windshield wipers and check our windshield wipers and make sure they're in good condition, and they are. I'm going to leave these up. Finally, the next thing that I do is apply a product called Rain-X. I love this product because it repels the rain from the windshield. So half the time I'm driving and it's raining, I don't have to even turn my windshield wipers on. And it's very easy to apply. Apply this to a dry cloth and just start rubbing it on your window. And this will dry to a haze, just a slight haze. And then you can just take a dry cloth and come over the top of it and just wipe it off. Nice and shiny. This actually polishes your window, and the water will actually just hit the window and be totally repelled off of it. It's the best stuff I've ever found. Finally, put a coat of wax on my car and it'll be ready for the winter. So there you have it.